This one looks at where the company's money is coming from, its income stream. The standard here requires that the majority of the company's revenue must also be permissible. Alab irad al-sharika mubahan.
Majority again. So similar to the assets and debts rule.
Similar idea, yes. It means that a small percentage of impermissible income, or irad muharam, may be from some minor forbidden side activity, or, more commonly, interest income earned on cash holdings, is tolerated under this rule.
Tolerate. But how much is tolerated? Is there like a single number everyone agrees on?
No. And this is another major point of variation the source highlights. Different reputable standards set different thresholds for this tolerated amount of impermissible income. You'll see figures like 5% of total revenue, sometimes 10%, even up to 20% in some standards.
Wow, 5 to 20% is quite a range. How do they justify allowing any impermissible income?
Well, the source draws an analogy. It compares it to how Islamic law sometimes tolerates tiny amounts of uncertainty, gharar yasir, or minor unfairness, gavin yasir, in other types of valid contracts. The idea is that sometimes a very small impurity might be overlooked to allow for necessary transactions to happen.
Like a practical concession.
Sort of. And it's also worth noting some standards, like the one from the Dubai financial market mentioned in the source, might even exclude incidental interest income, like interest earned passively on bank accounts from this specific calculation.
Okay, so the company passes the main business check, and the majority of its assets, debts, and income are permissible according to whichever standard you're using, with those varying thresholds. But you mentioned there's still another step for the investor, right? Even if the stock passes the screen.
Yes, absolutely. This is the crucial step of purification, or tathir.
Tathir.
Right. Even if a stock meets all those majority permissible criteria, and let's say you receive a dividend or you sell the stock for a profit, any known portion of that income or gain that came from the company's minor impermissible activities or income sources, well, you, the investor, cannot keep that portion for your own benefit.
You can't keep it, so what are you supposed to do with that specific amount?
That impermissible bit has to be purified. You do this by donating it to charity sadaqah. The source is really clear on this. A Muslim isn't allowed to personally benefit from forbidden earnings. La yajuz lil Muslim and yantafiya.
So you calculate the impure part and give it away.
Exactly. The idea is to cleanse your earnings from that non-permissible element.
And I bet the standards differ on when you need to do this purification too.
You guessed it.